When you are developing a project based on a large-scale software, comprehending the base software is essential. In order to comprehend the software quickly, it is required to understand the whole structure of the software and the details of the individual program parts. To achieve this, we propose to display software represented as a house in a VR space. By moving the viewpoint into and outside of the rooms intuitively, we are able to understand the whole structure of the software and the details of the individual program parts. We call it Code House. For example, this is the source code of Apache Tomcat. The software is represented by a set of multiple rooms. A room in Codehouse represents a module. They are located on the inside of a virtual cylinder so that you can see the entire software structure at the center of the cylinder. The vertical, horizontal position of the room is determined based on the concept of the subsystem and layer. The size of the room is determined by the size of the module. The lines represent function, calling relationship between modules. For example, this module is called by many functions, so the lines are concentrated. Let's get into this room. There are many objects in the room, which represent functions. When you select a function, the code house displays detailed information about the function next to your controller. Also, the functions in the same source code shine. The color, shape, and size of the objects are determined based on the metrics of the functions such as the number of lines, complexity, and so on. In this case, the red objects represent functions that have changed within a year. You can also move your viewpoint from one room to another. One use case of Codehouse is debugging. Codehouse has a debug mode. In this mode, you can manipulate the debugger's commands intuitively by turning the VR controller. First, you select Run. Now the viewpoint moves to the main function. The source code being executed in the console are displayed in this panel. You select Ing to execute the program line by line. In this way, your viewpoint moves towards the function being executed as the execution progresses. This panel displays the variable information. Every time the execution advances, past variable information is stacked behind the panel. Of course, you can also see the running status from a distance so that you will not get lost in the software. When you select Con, the debugger proceeds the execution. In this demo, an error occurs. Since the debugger detected an error, the panel displays the stack traces and its source code. You can see that a fire is burning at the module that caused the error. This is the function that caused the error. The red line represents the stack traces. You can follow the stack trace. This allows you to debug while examining each and every function. Codehouse allows multiple players to log into the same house via the internet. You can share your actions with other players. This facilitates code review and team development at remote sites. To summarize, by visualizing the software structure in the VR space, the Codehouse makes it possible to understand the software intuitively. It is expected to be used in various situations such as design, implementation, review, testing, refactoring, and education.